I was born in 1928. I came to Trinidad in 1948, before the age of 20. When, while in Trinidad, I became 20. Then I met my husband. At that time, I was living in San Fernando. He was working in San Fernando. Then we fell in love with each other. And he decided, well, he lived in Port of Spain, which is Laventille, and he took me there to live with him. At the 1st of November, 1948. That's the same year I came to this country, Trinidad. However, we made 9 children, and I could afford to say I have no regret. We had later ups and downs that, when in life they always say teeth and tongue always have a problem. Out of those 9 children, where 2 went in different times. One died in 1955 and one in 2002. However, they gave me lots of grandchildren. And now I am receiving great grands. Great grands. So, with God's grace, maybe one day I'll get to see my great great grand. But I'm happy, and all my children, they treat me good. I have no complaint. I have no complaint. They treat me good. Well, one of my great grand sat common entrance this year, 2014, and he will expect to go to secondary school come September 2014. However, I decided the things that I did not do for my children, I decided to do it for my great grandchildren. I bought some notebooks, and whenever I buy the papers, the newspapers, and I read it, there are words that I will cut out and stick in the notebook for them so that they will get to learn to spell words. They will know countries. So when I meet the name of a country, I would stick it at one part. I use paper glue. Stick it one part and so on. So every one of them, I have notebook for 4 of them already. Though I have more, and maybe later down I'll be making more notebooks, but I did not hand it out to them yet. I expect to hand it out to them around during the holiday. Yes. So we have, like, even Republic Bank is a bank, as you know, where people save money. And I cut it off and I stick it in the book. So they have to know that with all what they do, when they have a penny, they can save it until you reach $1, that they could say, Mommy, put this in the bank for me, please, until they could get to do it themselves. Because with my grandchildren, I teach them to save. When I couldn't save, I teach them to save. My children, I couldn't give them to save. But there comes a time, as time changes, so do men. So I teach my grandchildren to save, like Colleen, Terrence, Roseanne, Stella Grace. I teach them to save, and they did. And they have no regret. So now I have this great grand. The parents could afford to save for them, but I should not forget them. And you know something? I have almost 20 great grands already. I even have a pair of twin, two boys, and they're growing up very well. Their parents taking care of them. And I love them. And you know something? If their great grandfather was here, he would have loved them too, which is my deceased husband. His name was George Joseph. He was a good man. He wasn't that bad. He have his ways, but the only thing he liked to drink. That's the only thing, the problem. But however, he wasn't that bad. Like some men will, you know. I still remember him at times. Yes. Now I have a notebook in front of me with different words. Imagine words like alternative. It's a big word. And that book is for one of my great grand, which is my first great grand in Trinidad. His name is Kyle Jones. So there's words in the book that he could learn and keep in his memory, or like the word. No, I have a grandson named Terence, and there's a minister in the People's National Movement named Terence, they all sing. So you understand. Big words, important words that they should know. Because many people, as you know, they say the word, they could say hell, but they cannot spell hell. But I don't want my great grandchildren to be that way. They must know how to spell the word,
Okay,
which is important.
Saying
Saying the word is one, spelling the word is another. So I decide to make this book. It's come like a dictionary. There's even a line of words I cut it off from the papers. Thing can be yours. Understand? Like the papers have editorial, you could say the word editorial. It's easy to say. But if you can spell editorial, it makes no sense. Association, like the Prisoners Association or the Public Service Association, you have different categories of staff in different association. Association is a word. To say the word association is easy to say, but spelling the word association is another thing. All this in the book. You understand? I love my great grandchildren. And as long as I live, I have to eat and they have to eat also. They could drink. When I drink, they must drink also. I will never be happy with myself and they're not happy because they have nothing. So I will always remember God put me on the face of this earth for a purpose. And the purpose is to do good. And as long as I live, I will always try my best to do good. Okay. Amen.